Welcome to Nintendo Engineers. I'm your host Chris Tysis, and I'm really enjoying not using the headphones for a little while with this camera here. But the main topic that we're talking about is Ninja. Now, you may have heard the news, may have by now, that Ninja has decided to move from Twitch to Mixer, which is Microsoft's streaming platform. And that is rather some big news for the streaming landscape. In terms of he's a pretty big streamer on Twitch, and he's decided to make this move to Mixer pretty much almost immediately. Now, what does this all mean for streamers and both companies and sites and that? So basically, he did this little fake press conference, which basically he was taking answers from himself, dressed up as, one dressed up as a woman and one dressed up as an old man, etc., etc. He says he wants to go back to his streaming roots. Now, I think there is something in that message. So streaming roots, just keep that in the back of your minds for now. But obviously, when he announced that Twitch had removed his verified little tick, you can't subscribe to him anymore on his old, which is now officially his old account, and Twitch has basically kicked him out the door and saying, well, fine, if you want to go out with Microsoft, don't come back. Now, for the one thing that I'm a little bit annoyed about, and I don't know if it's based on contracts and that he couldn't say anything beforehand, was that people who have subscribed to him, monthly subscriptions, or even for 6 or 12 months, even a week before he made this announcement, you basically subscribe to a dead channel now. Now, they could get refunds. I have no idea about how that sort of works in the world of streaming, but that would be pretty disappointing for a kid that saves up 10, 20, or even up to $50 to subscribe to him for a year and then get found out that he's moving platforms. It's a bit like paying for an internet connection and then the company closes down a month later and you can't get your money back, which really, really sucks. And I think that's really unfair on that point of view. Now, the next part is now that he's on Mixer. It's not a well-known platform. It's well-known between the Xbox fans and that. And I've used Mixer myself as one of the platforms that I used to get a bit of an idea about, what streaming things are. And I actually put Mixer ahead of Twitch. Now, if I wasn't doing things on Facebook and YouTube sort of takes up all the pre-recorded content, I probably would have gone with Mixer, but I felt like Mixer wasn't quite the right fit. Trying to get subscribers and people to follow me on that platform is a lot harder than it is on Facebook, where I've been around on that for a decade. So, and for those wondering, yes, Ninja would have gotten paid a shitload of money to transfer platforms. He probably would have been paid a big upfront fee for it in case not as many people subscribe to him and that. Now, his subscriptions was around 14,000, which is a lot less than what he's been getting. He has been on the decline in terms of actually making money, but his popularity is still pretty high. He's really still the face of, streaming and professional gamers, which is interesting because at the Fortnite World Cup, he wasn't even there for the solos. And, it's interesting how your popular streamers doesn't mean that they're the actual very best at the game. So it's all about, entertaining and things like that. Now, what does this mean for the platforms from a business point of view? I think Mixer will do very well out of it. This is a bit of money hatting, very similar to Epic Games buying out game studios for exclusive, games and content, not buying them out, but sort of using their games as exclusive content for them to come to the store. Microsoft is actually buying out game studios. So they're the ones who's doing that for Xbox, and then their next Xbox console probably coming out next year. Now, I think that Mixer will do pretty well out of this. I think they'll get a whole bunch of new people in, and I think that will be great for Mixer. For Twitch, yeah, they'll probably take a hit, but the fan base on the people who view content on Twitch are not very loyal people. They don't really sign up to pay money for streamers that often. And they will just go and watch someone else. They'll probably watch Tinder Tatman or Dr. Lupo or some other big Fortnite streamer on Twitch, and they won't leave the platform. So it's really for the big loyal Ninja followers, and for people who are just curious to go, Mixer, I've never heard of it. Let's go and have a look. Ninja's on it, must be pretty decent. The curiosity factor will be there. Now, so I think Mixer would do well for the time being, but I do feel like Mixer as a platform needs to, keep adding more features and promote it more. So there's still a lot more work for them to do in that point of view. I don't think Twitch would be too bad, and YouTube and Facebook in the background are looking, maybe we should do something like that one day. But going back to Ninja's press conference saying, going back to his streaming roots, what does that mean? Does it mean he wants a smaller audience? I probably don't think so. I think what he means is Halo. Now, Halo's coming out at the end of next year, and now he's at Mixer with Microsoft. This is a perfect opportunity for him to go back to his streaming roots. He was a big Halo player. He loved Halo before Fortnite came out. And for him to have the opportunity to probably stream other games instead of be seen as the Fortnite guy, I think what will happen with his streams is that he'll probably stream quite a lot at first to, gain subscribers and fulfill his contract needs that, he's got to be out there promoting Mixer and things like that. But I think as time goes on, he might not stream as hard as he did on Twitch because he's a multi-millionaire. He doesn't have to do that. His life is set up. He could quit right now, quit video games and go sit on the island with Mrs. Ninja and have a good life for the rest of his life. But obviously, he doesn't want to do that. When you get to a multi-million stage, you get this temptation to make even more money. So I think for him, he probably will stream more like when he feels like it. He may stream other games that he likes to play. But I think he'll definitely be streaming that new Halo game. And I think there'll be some sort of deal with him and Microsoft and that in terms of, going back to his streaming roots and playing an old franchise that helped kickstart his career. It wasn't Fortnite. I mean, Fortnite took him from being a big streamer to a worldwide mainstream streamer / professional player. But it was Halo that got him off the ground from absolutely nothing. So it'll be very, very interesting to see what he does in the future, and we'll see what happens. Now, is this a big thing in terms of streaming that? Well, it is, but it's going to be interesting to see what his subscription count will be like. How many people are going to be paying to him because there's no Twitch Prime, which makes up the majority of his subscribers. So people will actually have to fork out money to him each month if they want to do it. Now, Mixer currently has a free month subscription to him just to entice people to get into it. And we'll see what happens after that, hey? So, that is it for me, and I shall see you next time.